Here is my guide to making dua. Once again, to clarify, you should follow the Quran and the Sunnah of the Prophet. This is not the best Islamic advice. This is just the way I do things. You have to remember you can do dua literally whenever, but the best times are when you're praying, when you're fasting, and the last third of the night. What I typically do is I make dua in sujood, but then again, once my prayer is done, I just sit on the mat, so I stay in the direction of the qibla and you put your hands together to make dua. This is just an Islamic things, and the way I make dua is it's kind of a conversation almost, so don't worry so much about the structure of what you're saying. There are certain duas that you can take from apps or from the Quran to say, but you can also just make it a conversation. You have to remember that you want Allah to be pleased with you for Him to answer your duas, so you also have to do what is required first. Make sure you're doing your 5 prayers, do your istighfar first, and then do your dua. However, if you're struggling with even just praying 5 times a day, that doesn't mean that your duas aren't going to get answered. You have to also believe that Allah is all merciful and that He will forgive you for whatever it is you're struggling with, and you just have to keep making dua for Allah to help you. When making dua, I would highly recommend using one of the 99 holy names of Allah. I know you've seen the manifestation girlies, and honestly, it's very similar to how I do my dua. So the idea is they believe they deserve good things are coming, the universe is awarding it to you. However, as a religious person, I channel that energy through God. I believe that my prayers will be answered because Allah is all powerful. I believe that good things are coming, not because I deserve it, but because Allah is all giving. When making dua, I want you to be so delusional. Ask for what you think is so ridiculous or so out there, or what would require a miracle. Because Allah is all powerful and He has made miracles happen before. You have to have full faith that Allah is hearing your prayers and that Allah can answer your prayers. You have to stay consistent with your prayers and keep up with it. You're not just going to ask one time and be so frustrated that it didn't get answered. You have to remember that Allah is the best planner, so it might not fall within your timeline. You also have to deeply believe that if it's not good for you, Allah is not going to give it to you. And if something is being delayed, it's because something better is in store for you. My best tip is honestly just to have a lot of faith, and as an anxious person, it's often hard to not worry about what's outside of my control, but that's where I really put my trust in God, and I'm just like, God knows best, God knows what He's doing, it's out of my control. Like, I am just gonna let it be and let God handle it, and honestly, it usually works out better than what I would have even imagined.